right, please do page 555 with me in your Go Math workbook. So today we're going to be telling time to the hour and half hour. We're going to answer this question. How are the minute hand and hour hand different for time to the hour and time to the half hour? So we've been looking at clocks and we've been looking at the hour hand and kind of seeing where it's pointing to help us know if it's 1 o'clock or if it's 1:30, right? So now we're going to be incorporating a minute hand as well. You'll notice that the minute hand is longer than the hour hand. So here are our directions. It says each clock has an hour hand and a minute hand. Use what you know about the hour hand to write the unknown numbers. Okay, so right here it says it is 1 o'clock. Okay, so this clock is showing 1 o'clock. The hour hand points to look over here and find the hour hand, and whatever number it's pointing to, go ahead and write it right here. Good, so the hour hand is pointing to the 1. Okay, now it says the minute hand points to the what number? So find the minute hand right now. Write the number that the minute hand is pointing to. Okay, if you wrote 12, that is correct. Now let's look at the clock below. It says it is 1:30 o'clock. The hour hand points between this number and this number. Go ahead and write that now. So on the clock, find the hour hand. It's pointing between two numbers. Write those two numbers here. Good. You should have written that it's between the 1 and the 2. And now we need to look for the minute hand points to what number is the minute hand pointing to? Look on the clock over here, find the minute hand. It's pointing to good, it's pointing to the 6. Okay, so it's going to be like this whenever you have time that's on the hour or 1/2. So if time is on the hour, like 1 o'clock, your minute hand will always be pointing straight up to the 12. If it's 1/2, like down here, the hour hand would have moved halfway between the 1 and the 2, and your minute hand would have moved halfway around the clock. So it will always be pointing straight down to the 6. Now on page 556, let's keep learning about this. It says an hour has 60 minutes. Okay, so over here you can see the breakdown of the 16 minutes. Now usually clocks don't show the minutes, they just have little ticks. And at every number is the 5th tick, so you count by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There are 60 minutes in an hour. This says the clocks show 10 o'clock. Okay, so this clock is showing 10 o'clock. This clock is showing 10 o'clock, and this clock is showing 10 o'clock. Okay, this says a 1/2 hour has 30 minutes. So here we see the minute hand is pointing straight down. The hour hand is between the 10 and the 11. And we see that by counting by 5s, we get to 30 minutes. So a 1/2 hour has 30 minutes. The clocks show 10:30. The minute hand has moved from the 12 to the 6. So there again, we see the hour hand between the 10 and the 11. And our minute hand is pointing straight down. Remember, you have to go for the lesser number when you're doing the hour. There's only one exception. If the hour hand is between the 12 and the 1, you actually go for the 12. But other than that, you always got to think about the lesser number because it's moving from the 10 to the 11. So we're still at 10, but we're half past, so we're at 10:30. This is how you write 10:30 on a digital clock. So 10 hours, 30 minutes, half past 10. Okay, I wish I could do more in-class demonstrations, but if you have more questions, you might just need to ask your parents or watch some more BrainPop videos online. If you need more resources, let me know. Okay? All right. Now let's see if we can do some on our own. So this says, write the time. So you're going to read the clock. You're going to look at the hour hand and the minute hand, and you're going to write the time down here. The hour, colon, and the minutes. Okay, you're going to look at this clock and write the hour, colon, and then the minutes. And then you're going to look at this clock, write the hour, and then with a colon and the minutes. Remember that a colon looks like those two little dots. Oh, that was not very good. There we go. That's closer. Okay, so those two little dots are going to go between your hour and your minutes. On page 557, continue to write the time. So carefully look at where the hour hand is pointing, and the minute hand also gives you a big clue, and write the time down below. Okay? And do the same thing for all of these through 9. Then when you're ready, you can unpause the video again, and you can do number 10. Sarah goes to the park when both the hour hand and the minute hand point to the 12. What time does Sarah go to the park? Now you have a little clock that we sent with you guys. If you've made that with the little Brad, I would definitely use that to help you. Go ahead and put the minute hand and the hour hand pointing to the 12. And see if you can figure out what time it is. So you're going to circle either 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or 12:30. Then when you're ready, you can move on to number 11. There is a neat math on the spot video to go with that if you can watch that. It says Mel goes to the park when the hour hand points between the 3 and 4. And the minute hand points to the 6. What time does Mel go to the park? Okay, there again, why don't you use that paper clock we gave you or draw some kind of clock to help you figure it out. And it's either going to be 3 o'clock, 3:30, or 6 o'clock. All right, and then when you're ready, go to page 558. It says, Linda wakes up at 6:30. Draw to show what time Linda wakes up. So let's see if you can figure out where your hour hand is going to go and draw your hour hand. Make sure that it goes to this dotted line, okay? Because our little hour hands have just been going to the dotted line. Then when you draw the minute hand, make it go past the dotted line, okay? Go ahead and show the time of 6:30. Then when you're ready, move on to number 13. It says David left school at 3:30. Circle the clock that shows 3:30. Okay, there's only one of them, so find the clock that shows 3:30 and circle that one clock. Then, number 14 here, it says the hour hand points halfway between the 2 and the 3. Draw the hour hand and the minute hand, write the time. So you're going to draw your hour hand from the minute, and it's going to touch that little dotted line. And then you're going to draw your minute hand, pointing to the correct number also, and it's going to go a little bit past this dotted line. Then you're also going to write the time over here, and you're going to write it with the hour, and then colon, and then the number of minutes. Then on number 15, it says choose all the ways that name the time on the clock. Okay, so I'll give you a clue. There's 2 of these that name the time on the clock. Okay, so figure out what time you think it is. And then look over here. We have, these are our choices. 7:30, 6:30, 8:30, 7:30. Okay, choose the 2 options that both name the clock. Describe the clock. All right, and that's all your math for today. I'm going to go ahead and explain the math that we're doing for Thursday. But pause the video now, and if you need me to guide you through that homework tomorrow, you can watch the rest of the video. Otherwise, you can try to read the problems on your own because it's practice. All right, so on page 559, it says write the time. So here they showed the time to you on this clock, and you need to write the time down here. So do that for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then when you're done with that, move on down here. Number 7 says Lulu walks her dog at 7 o'clock. Bill walks his dog 30 minutes later. Draw to show what time Bill walks his dog. So over here, you're going to draw the time that Bill walks his dog. Remember, when you're drawing your hour hand, it's going to go from the middle to this dotted line. Did I say that right? Your hour hand is going to go from the middle to the dotted line. And then your minute hand is going to go past this dotted line. Okay? Then you can do number 8. It says draw a clock to show the time 1:30. Okay, so this is kind of fun. Just do your best to draw a clock and show the time 1:30. Then on page 560, it says what time is it? Write the time. So read the clock and write the time over here. Then number 2, what time is it? Write the time. Look at the clock, read the time, write it over here. Then number 3 and 4 are some practice from skills we've learned a while ago. So it says, what is the sum? Write the number. Okay, see if you can figure out what 48 plus 20 is. So 2 more 10s than 48 is what? Then number 4 says, how many 10s and 1s are in the sum? Write the numbers. Write the sum. This one's going to be a little tricky, okay? See if you can figure out the sum. You might need to have your parents help you. And then once you get the sum, write the sum in 10s and 1s over here. Okay, it might help you to draw a picture with 10 sticks and 1s, 10 sticks and 1s, and then add those together. We haven't really had a chance to do regrouping with the 2-digit addition, so you might need a little bit of help from mom or dad. Okay. All right, that's all for today. Great job on your math, first graders.